Hello friends, and welcome to the dumbest video ever that nobody asked for. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. Today, I will be ranking, controversially, I think I have some hot takes. I will be ranking characters from the hit lesbian drama, The L Word. So let's just get this nicely out of the way here. Right. Now we're ready to begin. Okay, so I've included characters from both the original series and the L Word Generation Q. I know they've been doing a lot of promotion with YouTubers and like collaborations with some of the most famous lesbian YouTubers have been like interviewing the cast and stuff. This video was not sponsored by the L Word Generation Q. They don't know who I am, they don't give a shit. This is purely me doing this bullshit out of the goodness of my heart. So next up on my list, I have Tina. Big suburban white mom energy. I have never related too much to Tina, but I don't think she's a bad character or a badly written character or anything like that. I just feel like I've never quite connected much with this character, but I don't have too much beef with her, so I'm gonna give her a solid neutral. But also, I don't know, I watched The L Word originally like 4-ish years ago, and now I'm watching it all the way through again with my girlfriend who's never seen it. We're like mid-season 4 right now, and Tina kind of sucks, so you know what, I feel like I have to rate from the mid-season 4 heart, and I'm gonna say right now Tina's not really passing the vibe check. Next we have Micah, who was set up to be more of an important character than he turned out to be in Generation Q. I know they'll probably keep him around for like a while, because he's like quote-unquote one of the new main cast, but like I feel like he didn't do very much, but at the same time, I have no beef with him. He and Jose are cute. I'm gonna give him a solid nice. Okay, next we have Alice, one of the most iconic L Word characters ever. She's on both the old series and the new series, and honestly, I feel like the more I watch, the more Alice grows on me. Like, I really like Alice as a character. I feel like she's at least, like, she's somewhere between these two tiers for me. I don't know. I don't know. I might move her again later, but we'll see. If the throuple had lasted, I feel like I would have rated her higher because I was rooting for the throuple. And now we have Dana, who is a character that, I feel was surprisingly forgettable. Like, to this day, I feel like the writers killing her off in season 3 was like one of the weirdest plot decisions ever made for the L Word. Because, like, I don't watch the L Word to think about death. The tone was very weird compared to the rest of the show, in my opinion. Although the old series does deal with much more serious matters on a regular basis compared to the new series. The new series, they're trying to keep it light and fun and hip with the kids and uncontroversial, whereas the old series dealt with some real heavy shit, and they did it relatively well, I think. I feel like Dana is gonna get a solid nice. Well, okay, we're tentatively doing this, okay? Next up we have Kit, which Kit is one of the highlights of the show, in my humble onion. Kit's going at the top. Next we have Carmen, another character who kind of just drops off the face of the earth, except instead of spontaneously giving her cancer out of nowhere, Shane just kind of leaves her at the altar, and then we don't see her again. Carmen is another character that I personally just never really connected that much with, but I have no beef with her. I'm going to give her a solid nice. Poppy. Not that important of a character, but one that makes an impression in my opinion, so I included her. She is a connoisseur of stupid hats, and in an episode that I just recently finished, actually managed to make a decent commentary about how, like, all of the main cast of the original series are, like, upper-class white people for the most part. That's something that I feel like they tried to remedy with the new series, but I feel like that is one of the most major criticisms of the original show. Peggy Peabody, an icon, a legend, we love her. Top tier Peggy Peabody. Jodie is also pretty top tier, but I don't know if she's quite legend status. She's also just showed up at the point in the show where I'm at, so I don't know. My opinion could change, but as I said, I am rating from the season 4 heart. Okay, now we're gonna get into some more Generation Q characters, and you're going to see how not sponsored this is. I don't hate Dani. I think she's a strong independent woman doing her thing. Honestly, Dani and Sophie are just the hip the hip young Bet and Tina. Open your eyes, sheeple. But I'm honestly going to say Danny is pretty neutral to me. I think she is a character that is actually pretty distinctive. Even if she is kind of just the hip young Bet, she's a more distinctive character than some of the others they've introduced. Sophie, we literally could not remember her name until, like, the finale of the series. We were sitting there like, what is this main character we've watched a whole season of? Like, what is her name? Like, we forgot her name. And I'm a person who's pretty good with names. She doesn't really have that many distinctive qualities, and she's also kind of annoying. I don't think she passes the vibe check. Her relationship is falling apart because she just cannot compute that her partner processes emotions and expresses feelings in a different way than her. Like, y'all were gonna get married. How has this not come up yet? Now we have Marina, another OG, a character that is surprisingly memorable, despite the fact that she doesn't stay around for very long. I don't remember disliking her the first time I watched the series, but I honestly, no, we're not feeling it anymore. Now we have another character whose name I struggled to remember, Nat, who is Alice's wife in... Wife? Are they married? Girlfriend? I don't think they're married. She's Alice's partner in Generation Q, and then they also bring Nat's ex-wife into their throuple, but that goes badly, unfortunately, because honestly, I thought they were doing great. I thought they had a good, healthy throuple, and they were just gonna raise their kids with 3 moms. I thought it was gonna be glorious. She's kind of boring. I feel like this has been a criticism I've seen of her around the internet a few times. However, I feel like she hasn't done anything to outright annoy me. I don't know. I have neutral feelings on her. She's fine. So many of the new characters, I just want to see developed more. The old cast, they all kind of had their thing. You know, like, Bet's this powerful businesswoman, and Tina's, like, her very mommish, housewifey partner, and Helena's, like, elegant and obnoxiously rich, and Alice is a journalist with, like, her podcast radio show thing, and Dana's an athlete, and, like, they're all stereotypes, and it's completely ridiculous that they would be, like, a cohesive squad of friends, but the show is well written enough that, like, you can forget that and just enjoy the stupidity and have fun with it, whereas the new cast, I'm like, who are these people? We have Sherry Jaffe, Shane's MILF. At the very least, does not pass the vibe check. But you know what? She was entertaining for a bit while she was first introduced. She could be worse. I'm feeling generous. I'm gonna give her a solid does not pass the vibe check. Oh, now we're gonna get controversial here. Finley is a polarizing character, a polarizing individual. In my opinion, if, you know, I said Danny and Sophie are like the modern Bet and Tina, I think if there is an inheritor of Shane's legacy among the new cast, it has to be Finley. And they're completely different characters. They don't have very much in common as characters, but I think they both just so strongly embody, like, a type of lesbian stereotype that we all hate. Like, they embody something that we all hate, but in the most lovable way possible, and the most entertaining way possible. Finley is my favorite by far among the new cast, because I feel like she's the most real. Like, I feel like a lot of us look at this character and are like, I know that person, or I know a version of that person. And whoever dresses her, like, chef kiss perfection, by which I mean it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It's every, like, kind of, like, trying to be cool and androgynous but has zero sense of style, really loves colors girl that you met on Queer Orientation in the first week of university. Like, that, it's that person, but make her just astoundingly stupid. She, without a doubt, does not pass the vibe check. But this is making me reconsider my whole ranking system. Now I'm wondering if the top tier should have been labeled does not pass the vibe check, because I could argue, I don't know if I necessarily believe it, but I could argue that Finley is the only good character among the new cast. Because, you know what? She's utter trash, but I'm so entertained by this character. So, you know what? There we go. I think she's the only one that comes close to being as iconic as any of the characters from the original cast, and that's the tea. A lot of the characters from the original cast are just so fucked up and annoying, but you love them. You know? Except for Jenny. That's too far. Manatee whispering is too far for me. Oh, I feel like I gotta get this out of the way too. Nobody gives a shit about Tim. Bet. Okay, I feel like the main three of the old cast who then continue into the new series, they've grown on me just, like, by virtue of seeing them grow up so much and, like, all this stuff. Why is Shane obnoxiously rich now? That's another question. They never explained why Shane has so much money now. But I'm getting off topic. Bet is good. I have never had beef with Bet. But I don't know. I feel like she doesn't quite make the top tier for me. The priest from Generation Q. My favorite line from Generation Q being, "Oh shit, I fucked the priest," or something along those lines. Spoken by Finley, of course. But the priest herself, she's good. She's a good. We like the priest. Now we have Kiara. A lot of people like her simply because she's inhumanly gorgeous, which, yes, point taken, but another character that I feel like I know nothing about. So I am going to have to give her a pretty neutral rating. Also, literally every time her and Shane are, like, being cute and, like, planning on starting their family and all that, I'm just like, I can't get over the fact that they just got divorced. Y'all got divorced, like, 2 episodes ago over this. And now you're suddenly, like, everything, what? Like, I didn't hallucinate that, right? They got divorced. And then we just skip over that and they're back together and having a kid. Anyway, but then they break up again in the last episode. So, I don't know. If she's gonna come back for season 2 or not, I am neutral. I am neutral on that. I don't really care that much about this character. Okay, Tasha, who has also just showed up at the point that I'm at in season 4. But Tasha's a good. She's a good. The scene where her and Alice first meet is actually, like, really fun and cute, and I like it. So, simply based on that, I'm gonna give her a high rating. I like Tasha. Max. Oof, okay. Again, at the very least, the vibes are rancid. Everyone is just corrupted by dating Jenny, apparently. There's no escape from this hell. We were telling a friend recently that we were watching The L Word, and he's a trans guy, so, like, all he knows about the show is he was like, wasn't there, like, a really bad trans storyline in The L Word? And I immediately knew he was talking about Max, even though, like, we hadn't watched up to the point where Max shows up in the show yet. But, like, I kind of remembered from the first time I watched it, and I was like, yeah, like, I guess, I don't remember if it's bad. Well, we got there, and, boy, regardless of the really questionable narratives around trans people, it does not pass the vibe check. I'm sorry, Max is not a good character. Angie and Finley are pretty much the 2 characters that, like, I really enjoy watching from the new series. I love seeing Angie grown up, or, like, as a teenager. I think it's great. I think we all wondered at some point, watching the original series, or, like, the first couple episodes of the new series, like, is Angie gonna be gay too? Like, what are the chances that 2 lesbian moms are going to necessarily have a lesbian child? But, like, it's the L Word, and that's what I appreciate about it. The L Word says to us, look, we know you are starved for good representation, literally everywhere else, so we're going to give you all of it. This is not a show with lesbians in it. This is a show where, like, 95% of the characters are lesbians. Just all of it. Just all of the lesbians. Here they are. I also love that we're seeing something that we haven't really before, which is, like, this really, like, cute, innocent, like, beginnings of a high school relationship. Like, we've never seen that on the L Word. It's, like, most of the characters are in their 30s, 40s, 50s. We've never seen any kids or teenagers, and I think that that's something that's increasingly important with, you know, younger and younger people coming out and realizing it's okay and exploring those relationships in high school and middle school. So, my heart cannot handle the wholesomeness, but I am so incredibly here for it. And our final character that we have right here is Helena. Now, Helena, they really threw us a curveball because she was introduced as a really easily hateable character, but the way she grows on you in, like, the subtlest way. And I honestly, I like Helena, but do I like her enough to put her in this tier? I don't know about that. You know, I think I'm gonna have to put her here. I think I'm gonna put her in the more neutral tier. So there seems to be more characters from Generation Q clustered around the middle, whereas I find the old cast tends to be more polarizing as either, like, a super iconic character or the worst train wreck you've ever seen in your life. So those are my thoughts about the L Word. The new series is a lot lighter so far in subject matter, and when it does try and deal with more serious things, it's not as genuine. But I ask you, why do we watch the L Word? Not to think about death and see main characters die of cancer for absolutely no reason. We watched The L Word for a fun, stupid romp, and Generation Q was all of the stupid I ever could have dreamed of, and I will be watching all of the seasons for all eternity. And it's also like the lesbian show, and I'm invested in the culture of the gays, what can I say? Thank you so much for watching. I promise my next video will be about some wild Tumblr stuff. I have it planned, it's gonna be spicy. And I will see you with that particular spicy video very soon.